Ford introduced the Mustang in 1964 as an affordable sports car. It was such a hit, it became an iconic American muscle car ever since. After a good 50 years, Ford finally decided to build right-hand drive Mustangs and put it on sale globally for the very first time. Everyone wanted a pony so much, it is now the best-selling sports car in the world. This is the all-new 6th generation Ford Mustang GT. It is a muscle car that carries a long heritage way before its time. Looking at it, you can tell right away it is the legendary Mustang. The front has a mean and angry look. It somehow reminds me of a tiger, a shark, a cobra and a stingray. They all probably spend a night together and... Anyway, I love the front grille with that American Wild Horse logo. The headlights are really nice. Not LED though, just HID. The fog lights, halogen. And oh, I love this tough, strong and muscular long front hood. I like the 19-inch black painted aluminium wheels. The badge is there to remind other road users, excuse me, I pay more road tax than you do. The long hood, the fastback roofline and the short rear is unmistakably Mustang. Same goes to the rear with the signature tri-bar taillights. The GT emblem is there to differentiate itself from the EcoBoost variant, which has a galloping horse instead. The body-coloured rear diffuser and the twin exhaust pipes, they blend in really well. The Mustang heritage lives on in the cabin as well. You get this retro simplistic yet modern feel in here. I love this steering wheel, it looks and feels great. It's like a constant reminder that you are in an iconic muscle car. The aircraft-inspired middle cluster is simple and direct. I like this signature double brow dashboard design with this aluminium piece that runs across it. Because of this unique design, the airbag is housed in the glovebox compartment lid. In the center, you get an 8-inch touchscreen head unit powered by Ford's Sync 2 system, a very user-friendly piece of technology which wasn't available in the 60s, obviously. Down here, I find the climate control settings a bit busy. This row of toggle switches makes the cabin feel a bit racy. I don't quite like the start-stop button though. The gear shifter looks, how should I put it? Manly. The cup holders are over on this side, which Ford didn't bother to switch it around, which can be an inconvenience because you might accidentally dip your elbow into your hot latte. And the car comes with an actual handbrake. But there's one problem here. The plastic materials, it makes the car less expensive. But I like all these metallized trims. They look awesome. And the seats are actually very comfortable as well. Now, the back seat. It's a muscle car, so I'll try to do this as manly as I can. Okay. As you can see, there's actually no space back here. The seats are actually comfortable, but there's no knee room and there's no headroom as well. But hey, you got ISOFIX points, so your kid can come along with you in a child seat. Wow. The boot lid release button is hidden down here, which is weird. What's even weirder is this, the shape of the boot opening, which means putting stuff in will be a bit tricky for you. The space is actually not bad at all. And if you need to travel with longer things, just fold the back seats down. A muscle car with practicality. Mustang GT's party trick right there. Ford created a function called line lock just for you to do burnouts. How cool is that? I'm sure every single Mustang GT comes with a little note that says, "Sorry to keep you guys waiting for 50 years. Here's a line lock function just for you. Have a blast." Now here's how it works. You go on to Track Apps, select Line Lock, hold on to the OK button to initialize. Once it's done, apply brake and hold on to it firmly. There's a gauge showing you how much pressure you're putting on. When it's ready, press OK and you're good to go. You have a good 15 seconds of rubber shredding burnout session. You can now literally smoke someone at the traffic lights. Powering this pony is a massive 5-litre naturally aspirated V8. This is a proper Mustang right here. It gets a 6-speed automatic gearbox generating 416 horsepower and 530 Nm of torque. 0 to 100 in 4.8 seconds. Ford didn't reveal the top speed figure, and we don't plan to find out ourselves. I guess it's about 250, 260, thereabout. The EcoBoost pony gets a smaller 2.3-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with the same 6-speed gearbox, 317 horsepower and 432 Nm of torque. 0 to 100 in 5.8 seconds. The Mustang is like a mystical beast from the West. We've heard so much about it. Steve McQueen was riding one in a car chase scene in Bullitt, with only tire screeching noise and loud V8 roar throughout the entire 7-minute scene as the soundtrack. It was a wild, ferocious beast. But once I'm in one, it's not as ferocious as I thought. I expected it to sound so loud that my ears would actually bleed, and I thought I'll be bouncing off my saddle while I'm riding it. But no, nothing of sorts. The new Mustang is a gentle beast. Ford described the sound as deep-throated V8 rumble. Very deep indeed, unlike other V8-powered cars that we know. It's partly due to the cross-plane crank V8 setup that is commonly used in American muscle cars. So that makes it less screamier than the flat-plane crank V8 engines in Ferraris and Lambos. It is also partly due to the stock exhaust system. Ford, it is not loud enough. If you want a high-pitched Mustang, go for the Shelby GT350. 5.2-litre flat-plane crank V8, but it's only in left-hand drive. Sorry. This new generation Mustang is the first to get independent rear suspension, which explains the superb comfort level in here. So, how does it drive? I was super excited when I picked up this car a few days back because it is such an iconic American legend. It somehow comes pre-attached with emotions. My first drive in this was filled with adrenaline. You get this fuzzy sensation throughout the bassy rumble that comes with this solid linear acceleration. With the 5-litre V8, every input on the throttle is a rush. Put your foot down and it will just keep on going. Power delivery is impressive and smooth. In a modern day muscle car like this, the general perception of muscle cars are only good in straight lines no longer apply. But it is not exactly agile. You still feel the size and weight through the corners. But once you understand it better, you will like how it leans in and out of every corners. The brakes are excellent and I love the steering feel. It is responsive and it has a nice weight to it. It gets even heavier on sport steering mode, but yet still feel very natural. On the highway, it cruises smoothly, but I noticed that the steering can get a bit fidgety. It is not the safest feeling, especially when you are going fast. But it rides steadily, so it is still manageable. This thing is surprisingly comfortable. Yes, the suspension is on the harsh side, but it absorbs all the bumps really well. And NVH level in the cabin is too good. So good, you can hardly hear the V8 growl, which is not good. I'm actually a bit disappointed because it is just not dramatic enough in here. But I guess it can be easily fixed with a sport exhaust modification. Here are some little pony butts. The gearbox is slightly slow to respond, which makes the car a bit sluggish at times. And the accelerator pedal is a tad too light. It could be a bit tighter for a manlier throttle feel. Now, I know you're going to say that there's supposed to be a bigger butt than that, which is, who is going to pay so much for something that is meant to be affordable in the first place? Well, somebody who wants to own a piece of the American dream? Now you can. So, is this car for you? Well, if you have always wanted a pony and you love muscular looking, fast yet comfortable, proper V8, and you don't mind the attention you get wherever you go with it, then yes, because this thing is so handsome, just so much warmth. But if the deep-throated V8 grunt doesn't excite you much, and you think for the same amount of money you can get something a bit more dramatic than this, then probably not. If you want to find out more about the all-new Ford Mustang GT, do log on to AutoBuzz.my. If you like our video, do give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the logo or the subscribe button below. How cool is that? Shut up. The body colored, wow! Just too many rubbish in the car. Enough.